So each week or each month we want to have a feature. We do our best to have a feature poet, and one of the things that occurred to me it'd be awesome to do is to have our past winners come back and feature. So in November, Andy Lay came up here and threw it down, and tonight you get to hear him throw it down 3 times with 3 different poems. I'm so excited that he's here. Andy's a Vietnamese-American poet. He's the president of the Poetry and Performance at UCSB, which is a club that aims to help students to speak their own truth. You just heard some of it tonight, and you'll hear some more, and share their stories. He's really just an amazing, amazing young man. He's also been helping to coach me a little bit, make sure we do a nice job here each time. He's got some great experiences, and doing this, I guess, in Los Angeles is where you started?
I technically started here, actually.
You actually started here?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's give it up for Andy Lay.
Hi, my name is Andy Lay. I'm 5'9", but I usually tell people I'm 5'8". I'm Vietnamese American with an accent on American. My Vietnamese, a Lego set I've never finished. I stumble over the scattered pieces that act like the speed bumps in my stutters. I've been balding since 13, and I've been made fun of ever since. My hair strands fall like autumn leaves, only for people to then step on. My eyes always glued to the floor, forced to find beauty in the dirt, but can't do the same. Whenever I look into a mirror, my voice, a monotone flat line rating on a heart monitor, my tongue, a double-edged sword that cuts my words in half. I'm not sure who gets hurt more in the end when I'm imprisoned by my own ego I've inherited, a rage in my bloodstream. I brew fire for bones. I'm still waiting for the day when this time bomb in my head explodes. I hear the tick, tick, talk every time I get ticked, ticked. Oh. You see, when I was 9, I got so angry at my brother that I threw him onto the ground. I dug my fist into his chest, until his breath trembled, clinging onto the air like a lover's last embrace, never wanting to say goodbye. Then, with an earthquake in my throat, I asked him if he wanted to die. Until this day, I still can't remember why my fist became painted with red. Even now, whenever he sleeps next to me, I always check if he's still breathing, in case my body hasn't forgotten what it was made to do. So I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything to tamper with this temper. Hi, my name is Andy Lay, and I feel like a postmodern art piece waiting for someone to give me meaning. I'm infatuated with watching ink reflect light whenever I do calligraphy. It reminds me that even something so dark can hold onto something so bright, just for a moment. I write love poems with no one to give them to. But maybe one day, I'll write something beautiful and dedicated to myself. How y'all doing tonight? Good? Y'all awake? Can you make some noise for me, please? Yeah, so I am actually representing UCSB right now. UCSB actually has a slam next Friday. If you are interested, especially I see some UCSB poets, they're here, that are not in my club. If you're interested, please come to me. I have some flyers. Other than that, yeah, I'll do 2 more poems for y'all. Let's see. I need some energy, y'all. So when I say spoken, y'all say words spoken. Word. Spoken. Word. My days. When you ask me how I'm doing, I won't tell you the truth. Instead, my words, acrobatic, all trapeze and circus backflips, but really, I'm walking on tight wire. I'm the victim of gravity. I've built my house of cards too high and it collapses whenever my truth falls straight to the floor while my tongue and anchor dropping to the bottom of the sea. Can't you see? I can't tell you in a 3-second interaction that I haven't been okay for so long. And finding comfort is more of a prison strapped in my bed when there are places I need to go, which is to say that I have depression, that I have anxiety, that I've been drowning in a room filled with nothing but myself as I breathe. I slowly feel my oxygen depleting and my lungs collapse under the rock in my chest, next to my storm cloud heart, and this body jolts lightning to revive what already feels so dead. But there are times when I want to live in a world where the lights turn off. I feel most comfortable blanketed in the darkness as I hide through street lamps, but I've never felt so alone. We are all just amorphous voices morphing into a sea of silhouettes, singing swan songs to sink under our own endeavors. So I won't ask you for help. I won't tell you that poetry is my broken compass I follow blindly, and I don't know whether you can find my last poem bleeding from the page or tucked under the folds of my origami skin. In my pitch black sky, there are no shooting stars to wish my pain away when cities have already dragged down the stars to die among us. So like this poem, be your North Star, with every word ribboned with an asterisk when I tell you that I am the dusk or dawn while the sun strikes red in my horizon as a reminder that my life will end or begin like twilight. And it becomes apparent that transparent thoughts become convoluted, but lost in translation. Because I want to tell you, I am the whisper of the ghost that haunts empty hallways. Which is to say, I'm fine. Just tired. I have one last poem for y'all. We're gonna lighten it up. I'm gonna get real weird, so feel free to laugh at me. Feel free to laugh at the poem. I don't mind. I just want to hear your interaction. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna do really shit. So let's see. Y'all ready for the last poem? Say yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Are you ready for the last poem? Say yeah.
Yeah.
An absolutely amazing and epic but very true love story. Not clickbait. So I woke up this morning with a shit ton of anxiety that was just standing, banging my chest. And so getting up was probably along the lines of being possessed, like, shit! Oh. 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 Oh my god, what time is it? I'm probably late for class and Kip is going to kick my ass, so I look for my phone somewhere on my bed and it's only 7. So I turn off 2 preliminary alarms and I go back to sleep. 8:30 rolls around and again I'm like, fuck! Bitch! So I get ready and I head to school. And as I stepped off the bus, I saw this girl. And do you get that feeling? That gooey feeling makes you feel those evil feelings? And your heart suddenly goes. And time begins to melt like sugar into coffee, and you realize your hair, raven feathers shining on mirrors like moonlight. And the sun hits her face just right. And you slowly collapse into her irises, and you can't help but frolic in those fields. And then she looks at you, changing the curve of her smile by a few degrees, and you can't help but feel the heat flush to your face. Do you, get that feeling? Because I don't. And if you do, you should see your local time wizard or some shit, because you have a serious problem in your hands. You see, what really happened was, We walked past each other within a second, and well, how the fuck am I supposed to talk to her within that small time window? I mean, even if I did, I'll probably be an asshole or some shit like that, because whenever I bus home, that bus route is a fucking battlefield. So I turn off all my morals, and I'm like, I'm getting a seat on that bus. Whether I have to kill you or not, motherfucker! Yeah! So yeah, I slightly looked towards her general direction while she was walking past me, and I just kept walking. Suddenly the 9:30 a.m. breeze hits me, and it's cold. And I realized that I don't really get a date with anyone. Sounds like a new poem to me. Thank you so much.